Oh, there we go, and it's not doing so good. Oops, that's not good.
Department of Justice with their criminal case later today. The SEC saying that unbeknownst to those investors, Sam Bankman-Fried was orchestrating a massive years-long fraud, diverting billions of dollars of the trading platform's customer funds for his own personal benefit.
Hey guys, what's going on here? So we all know how last month FTX collapsed and lost $51 billion in funds. So overall, not surprised that Sam just got arrested yesterday in the Bahamas, and now he's very likely going to be extradited back to the United States because the FTT token was obviously a pyramid scheme. The charges are now ranging, there are 8 charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. They include conspiracy to commit wire fraud on customers, wire fraud on lenders, conspiracy to commit securities fraud. It goes on and on. This is exactly what you would expect someone like Bernie Madoff to be charged with, and no wonder he got over 100 years in prison for this. Now, I don't know how much of these celebrities and other influencers that promoted it knew what was going on behind the scenes, but you had to be stupid to not research and figure out what you were promoting exactly. And this is what happens when you don't do your due research. I mean, all of the ads that FTX ran, during the MLB playoffs and even on other crypto sites who ran ads during the Super Bowl, it's just non-stop right down your throat. It's the same amount of ads, that's so, the number of it is so crazy. It's just as much marketing scams that established titles did, or other fake Amazon FBA gurus did, just so you could buy their shitty course. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, these ads drove me so crazy. That's why I subscribed to YouTube Premium, so I don't have to see it all the time in my face. I mean, this guy really had everybody fooled. He seemed to be the super generous guy who would always donate to charity. He even drove a Toyota Corolla. That's how he got to these people. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of the people that fell for it were dumb, desperate, and greedy, but yeah, this guy is a pure grifter, hands down. He's just the Bernie Madoff of crypto, and I hope he receives a long time sentence in prison. And I love how Forbes finally called out the red flags of why to avoid FTX, and you'll see in this next video clip here, and it was only after FTX's collapse.
Government also had a reason to be chummy with FTX. SBF donated nearly $40 million to candidates during the midterms, testified to Congress on a number of subjects including regulating crypto markets, and the records show he personally met with SEC Chairman Gary Gensler. CFTC Commissioner Caroline Pham also deleted a photo of her and SBF together, posted on her Twitter page. But there were some trying to sound the alarm before everything came crashing down. Orthogonal Credit, a former lender to Alameda Research, said it severed its relationship with Alameda earlier this year. In a due diligence on Alameda, Orthogonal pointed out the company had declining asset quality, unclear capital policy, less than robust operational and business practices, and an increasingly Byzantine corporate structure. Mark Cahodes, the perennial short seller known for pointing out market frauds, put it in even simpler terms. In my view, nothing ever added up. I think SBF will make Bernie Madoff look like Jesus Christ.
Now, if you don't know, Alameda Research was the cryptocurrency trading firm using quantitative trading, and that's the one that it used to trade basically, or day trade or swing trade, all the crypto on the FTT token. And of course that collapsed too. And since that was easily missed, unfortunately, not to invest in his trading firm or capital firm, then it was too little too late. And I mean, there's no excuse really, because one of the biggest YouTubers, CoffeeZilla, who has over 1 million subscribers and is of course way more credible than me, has released a video detailing how Sam in an interview explains it's a Ponzi scheme.
Put a little bit more in, right? And maybe that happens until there are $200 million in the box. So, sophisticated traders and or people on crypto Twitter or other sort of similar parties go and put $200 million in the box collectively, and they start getting these X tokens for it, right? And now all of a sudden everyone's like, wow, people just decide to put $200 million in the box. This is a pretty cool box, right? This is a valuable box, as demonstrated by all the money that people have apparently decided should be in the box. And who are we to say that they're wrong about that? Like, this is, I mean, boxes can be great. Look, I love boxes as much as the next guy, right? And so what happens now, all of a sudden people are kind of recalibrating. It's like, well, $20 million, that's it? Like, that market cap for this box, and it's been like 48 hours, and it already has $200 million, including from like sophisticated players in it.
Are you guys hearing this? He literally just described a Ponzi scheme, unironically, and said at the top of this interview, by the way, that this is one of the most important things in DeFi right now. Boxes that do nothing, that are in the shape of pyramids. And by the way, you and I aren't the only ones who feel stunned by this. The interviewers are just sort of at a loss for words.
Now, I know Sam is going to say in his defense, probably if he goes to trial, that I never try to commit fraud on anyone. So either you are a complete moron, or all your staff and your ex-girlfriend are complete morons, or you intentionally committed fraud. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't think people are that dumb. You just committed fraud. And also, it's bad that this clip I'm about to show you right now, when Jim Cramer calls you out. Now, I do the opposite of whatever Jim Cramer says, but I have to agree with him on this one, because, you have to watch this.
But again, there are many out there who believe he's just a pathological liar.
Well, I'm that.
He's
a pathological liar. He's a con man. He admits to commingling two accounts that shouldn't be commingled, but then he says it doesn't really matter, and I feel badly. Well, you know what? Again, it doesn't matter if he's a pathological liar or the most honest man in America. The fact is, he broke the law.
Now, here's the thing, I apologize earlier for using abrasive, and crude language, but I just wanted to make a point that whatever he did is just beyond what most Ponzi schemers could ever dream of, and it's just unacceptable, and he deserves to have life in prison, this guy. And I heard that Jim Cramer, even though he did call him out, he might have endorsed him earlier on. A lot of celebrities have backtracked on it, and influencers, so this is just a whole mess. It's an entire mess, and it goes to show how corrupt people really are, I think. And the fact that he donated over $40 million to a political campaign or a Democratic Party convention is crazy. So I just hope that more light comes on this later on, but overall, I think Sam, if there is anyone who is controlling him, they're just going to leave him to bite the dust and just fend for himself, unfortunately. So that is my take on it, and I really hope that everyone who lost their money can get their money back, because it's just a shame, and I hope this never happens again, but we'll see. And speaking of influencers, these 6 people, I used to be subscribed to them, but not anymore, and I just hope they try to be more accountable for what they did, and it's really unfortunate. And if they refuse to be held accountable, they should probably be arrested too. Anyway, that's it, and thanks for watching. See you next time.